Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. One sec, let me send out the alert. Not really, just on stream if you're around. Cool. So we did no intro today. I still have not optimized my computer. It's still doing weird stuff. I don't. Maybe I have to like reset something, but so I'm not gonna be doing any overlays or anything like that. But you know,
This shit structured.
either way. Today's day 91. Last night, if you were watching, if not, go back and watch that one. It's only this is an hour and a half, but the first part of it takes place in like 45 minutes, so it's definitely watchable. Me and Monique for day 90, we went and got 90 scratch tickets. We already had 30 from her birthday, so we got 60. And in those scratches, we made back 64. So for what I spent total that day, I actually made like $4 profit, but it's still like a $26 loss, but not bad for, considering. So we had the homie in the chat on YouTube that was like, you're gonna lose this much percentage, and it's kind of like, yeah, right, but he was right. Hold on, let's pull up, see if the stream is active on YouTube. We're good. We're good. I'll keep the chat up. But today's day 91. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say I didn't feel like streaming tonight. I just I was tired. I was tired. I took a nap today around, I want to say like 9:30, I guess it would have been. And yeah, I woke up around 10:30, and then I set my alarm again for another 15 minutes. So I was pushing it right to the edge. And if you're new to this, I try to stream every day, but I also want to get on before 12, so it's technically the same day. East Coast, or sorry, West Coast time though. So if you're East Coast, it's already tomorrow. If you're West Coast, it's still today. I know it's confusing, but you know what I'm saying, because of time difference. Even though that one day I missed it. Oh, here's my belt. I was looking for my belt. I missed it, and I had to be on Hawaii time. But I've been pretty consistent with this shit either way. I think there's been 2 days where I went after 12, but I still stream though, so. So recently I've been drinking wine, and I don't know. I can't tell if it's been messing me up or if it's just drinking in general, because I did a lot of Henny days, I'm not gonna lie, and I feel like the wine was more recent. And so shout out S Ream 65 for the follow. Hopefully you're not spam. If you're not spam, leave a chat. So my stomach has been like crazy. Like I can't tell, because sometimes I like just be doing multiple things. Like for instance, I've been eating a lot of Costco pizza, and for whatever reason, the cheese on the pizza is so thick that it like messes with my indigestion. So I don't know if it's the pizza plus the wine, because I know I've been drinking wine, but I never really drank wine consistently like this in my life. So I didn't know if it was that or what. So I'm gonna try to lay off the wine for like, I don't know, just a couple of these days. Really, what's so crazy is this, like, if you watch my stuff, you probably think I like love drinking. which I don't mind it, but you might think that I love drinking, but I was so relieved yesterday to not have to drink. Not that I have to drink on stream, but it definitely makes the streams easier, like these desktop streams. So like yesterday, since I was in IRL, I was just relieved to not have to, or not have to drink, but like not feel the need to drink. And it was nice, even though we had a glass of wine when we got back, and I still got a little. My stomach was like instantly, so I don't know. I can't tell if the wine does something else, dehydrates you in a different way that other things don't. But I'm gonna try to stay off it for a couple of days and see if I notice a difference. And with that said, we back in yak. We back in yak. So I'm gonna pull up real quick, and we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get right to it. I did about 6 minutes sober. That's commendable.
This shit structured.
You know what I'm saying? So, oh, you know that sound? Yeah. That's the sweet sound of that VS cognac. So anyway, salud. We're gonna see if this is really an experiment. I don't really want to drink, but I really don't, honestly. Like if I could not drink, I literally stopped drinking for like a year. I don't really need to drink. I don't need it like I used to. But I do want to see if it's the wine or if it's just the drinking in general. So this is a live experiment, dangerous experiment. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not feeling good to my stomach, I should probably not drink. But we stream. So that's why I see how this fucking streaming every day thing could be dangerous. So I might have to like cap it at a certain point. Maybe I'll cap it like after TwitchCon, and then take like a little. And that's the thing. I don't want to stop. You know what I mean? I don't want to stop for like a month or whatever. But I guess it doesn't have to be every day. But I know myself that if I stop streaming, then I'll just find something else, and I won't pick it up, and I'll be like, I'll just keep putting it off, like, oh, I'll just start again next month, and I'll just keep coming up with excuses. So it's like I got to do a couple different things. I got to either quit the drinking element, do more IRL, so I'm not so like reliant on drinking and just sitting around. You know what I'm saying? Like even IRL with a couple drinks here and there is still better, but it just doesn't even happen. It's like a whole different technique. You know what I'm saying? So. We're gonna try it, and that should be good. I named this for the future because I kind of want to talk about the future plans, how I want to change things after day 100, what I want to improve on that day, maybe what I want to do that day. I was kind of thinking of stuff that I want to do for that day. And go from there. Let's think of like 1991 things. 1991 is like one of the first years I remember because I remember being in like, I guess it would be the kindergarten. I was in kindergarten and, wow, it's gonna age me, but whatever. I was in kindergarten and that was the first year we learned. And I remember specifically that we were learning it, and no kid could say 1991. Every kid was saying 9091 because we were like kids trying to like teach each other how to say it, and they were like, just say 9091. So 9091 was 1991, and I remember that just being like however the fuck old I was, probably 5 or some shit, 4 or 5, and it always stood out to me because it was like, I guess you remember when you learned things like concept like a year. Like I don't remember 1992 at all, but 1991 specifically, I remember. There's Interstate 91, which is gonna connect like, I guess Connecticut to Massachusetts. So we would always take 91 to go from Hartford to Springfield, and vice versa. So that's like a fond memory from childhood and today. My dad still takes 91 to commute. What else is 91? Wasn't Dennis Rodman 91? Let's fact check that. I'm pretty sure he was 91, some random ass basketball number. Yes, Dennis Rodman was 91. I have actually had a Rodman jersey. I probably still have it at my parents' house. That would have been dope to. Yeah, I don't think I have that. Shout out to Dennis Rodman, legendary player for mostly the Bulls, but other teams too, like the Detroit Pistons and everything like that. Known for his unique style and off the wall fashion choices and lifestyle choices. I remember at one point he married himself. So shit like that, and he always had the colorful hair, and he had tattoos early and stuff. So, but he was a great rebounder, one of the greatest of all time. And he played for one of the greatest teams at the time, especially. 91. What's 91? Oh, there was also a place, another memory from childhood, Interstate 91, which is like a play off an Interstate 91 highway, but it was a skating rink that I think it was in Agawam near Six Flags, or Riverside at the time. Interstate 91, where kids would have their birthday parties and different things like that. So that was another memory of mine. Yeah, I went on ChatGPT and I was like, what are some things that I could look up? So I could say, I was thinking if we do like top hip hop songs of 91. Let's see. And I'm not going to put it on my screen because I know I was doing that before, but it's going to blow my shit up. So I'll just do it off the phone. Top hip hop songs of 1991. I should have did this in another thread, but it's okay. Let's see let me see if I can think of one that would be 1991 before it. I would think that from 491, that like, damn, I don't even know if I was into hip hop that much at that time. Let me think. Like Ice Ice Baby, 91 maybe? Maybe that's earlier though. Maybe it's 90 by Vanilla Ice. Let's see. All right. Mind Playing Tricks on Me by the Ghetto Boys. Dun, 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 dun. Check the Rhyme, Tribe Called Quest. Summertime by Fresh Prince and DJ Jazzy Jeff. That's a big song. OPP, Naughty by Nature. I remember that song. Original Gangster, Ice-T. Set Adrift on Memory Bliss, PM Dawn. Treat 'em Right, Chub Rock. Scenario. Say what? The Scenario. No Vaseline by Ice Cube. Wait. All 1991 hip hop songs. That can't be all of them. But it may be, though, because there was a lot less music at the time. Now people can release music so easily. Let's see if there's any other ones. Roller Skating Jam named Saturdays, De La Soul. Born and Raised in Compton, DJ Quick. Wow, there's not a lot. Freaks of the Industry, Digital Underground. All right, so let's see what are the top 40 songs of 1991, all genres. Let's see. Top 40 songs of 1991, all genres. Everything I do it for you. Bryan Adams. I Want to Sex You Up, Color Me Bad. I was going to say that song, actually, because that's one of the first songs I ever remember hearing. And I remember my dad playing that. I know it seems awkward, but he was a young man at the time, and he was playing that. And I remember, like, singing that song and, like, not knowing what I was saying, and him being like, yeah, maybe you shouldn't say that. But I think that's from the, I think it's from maybe New Jack City soundtrack. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, New Jack City with Wesley Snipes. Yep. Because I remember like watching that movie later on, and be like, I see. That's probably why people were fucking with that song. I'm gonna make you sweat. Everybody dance now. Everybody dance now. Is that what that song is called? CC Music Factory. Rush Rush Paul Abdul. One More Try Timmy T. Unbelievable. You're unbelievable. EMF, is that what that song is? More Than Words, Extreme. I Like the Way, The Kissing Game, High Five. I probably know, but I don't know. The First Time Surface, Baby Baby, Amy Grant. Motown Philly, 1991. Wow. That's so funny that hip hop was so limited, but there's all these other genres too. Because I Love You, The Postman Song, Stevie B, Someday, Mariah Carey. I don't know if I know that one. Maybe if I heard it. High Enough, Damn Yankees, From a Distance, Bette Midler. All the Man That I Need, Whitney Houston. Right Here, Right Now, Jesus Jones. Right Here, Right Now. I Am More, Me Am More, Color Me Bad. I guess I don't know that one. Same one as I Want to Sex You Up. Love Will Never Do Without You, Janet Jackson. Good Vibrations, Marky Mark. And the Funky Butt got that. Good Vibrations. That's Mark Wahlberg. Justify My Love, Justify My Love. Madonna. Emotions, Mariah Carey. Joyride, Roxette. Romantic, Karen White. Hold You Tight, Tara Kemp. I Don't Want to Cry, Mariah Carey. You're in Love, Wilson Phillips. Every Heartbeat, Amy Grant. Sensitivity, Ralph Tresvant. Touch Me All Night Long, Kathy Dennis. I've Been Thinking About You, London Beat. It's a lot of sensual songs in the 90s. Do Anything, Natural Selection. Losing My Religion, Ariana's big song. Coming Out of the Dark, Gloria Estefan. Ain't Over Till It's Over, Lenny Kravitz. Here We Go, CC Music Factory. Where Does My Heart Beat Now, Celine Dion. Summertime, Fresh Prince, yep. Wind of Change, Scorpions. Passion, Rhythm Syndicate. Yeah, I think out of all this list, I think Motown Philly, to me, is the biggest one. I mean, there's some other ones like Unbelievable. Uh, I think that Motown Philly, though, my God, it. Good Vibrations is a pretty classic song that's still gonna play. Um, let's see, what's another one? And there's probably ones that I don't know. Summertime, that's a big one too. Yeah, Summertime, Motown Philly, and Good Vibrations, in no particular order. All right. Next, let's do. I'm gonna have it generate 91 questions while we. I haven't even taken a sip yet, and I have to pee. And I had wine. I don't know if I said this earlier, but I had wine earlier, and I had to lay down. So my stomach is weird. I don't even know if I don't even want to drink. So if anyone thinks I'm like this big alcoholic, I'm like I used to be, but not anymore. Hold on, I'm gonna go pee real quick. I'm back. I'm praying for a good IRL concept for tomorrow. Praying. So, oh, let me check the weather. Actually, I got the 91 questions here. Did it do it? It did. Good. All right. So the weather tomorrow is gonna be Saturday up to 94. It might be a little hot. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna shed no tears. Baby, I'm not gonna cry. Yeah, 94. It's gonna be a hot one. So I don't know. Might have to wait till night, but maybe we'll get a good night IRL, so I don't have to drink on camera. But don't tempt me. All right, this is the first sip of Henny. I let the ice melt a little bit. I just have this like paint, like this like un. I know I'm like not the best with cheese, so it might be just like the pizza. I've been on some just trying to save money shit, like buying the $5 Costco chicken with the $10 Costco pizza. $15. That shit's gonna last me like 3-4 days. So to me, if I could spend $3 a day on food, I mean, more money for Henny, right? So that's kind of where I'm at with it. Let's see how this tastes. So I made it 20 minutes, no alcohol, except for what I sipped earlier, but I slept, so that doesn't really count. And I'm going to see if I feel like shit tomorrow after the Henny, but it's still not a fair assessment because I had the wine, but it was only like a glass of wine, so I mean, it is what it is. And mixing Henny with wine, that could also have adverse effects as well, so this is an experiment. I was trying to think of like a word like that means like science for like Friday, but in the time, if I would have chat GBT'd it, I was gonna say like forensics, but that doesn't really like pertain to what we're talking about. All right, we'll get into the questions, and then after that, we will talk about the plans for the near future, because we're 9 away from episode, or I always say episode 100, but day 100. We're only 9 days away, and I still got to do something. I want to do something cool for it, at least, you know. It would suck if it was just a boring ass stream, like, fuck it, I had no time, I ran out of time. Gotta do something with the number 100, whether it's like, you know what I'm saying, something $100. We'll talk about it. All right. So quickly, and what I like about these questions too, it kind of helps train the AI. I feel like we will all have this like, it's already here, but we all have this like AI, if you're a certain age, AI memory of yourself, this digital footprint, if you will. That's like, you know, at least
I hope so.
where, you know, either you filled it out or you didn't. So I feel like these candid thoughts, especially from this year. Today is, well, yeah, let's set some metadata before we start. Today is Saturday, August 30th, 2025. My name is Kyle Young. I'm a digital artist. I make music, I rap, I do some producing. I also went to film school, so I'm a filmmaker, editor, and I started off doing graphic design, so I still do a lot of that, and I incorporate it into everything I do, whether it's music, doing my album art, my promo materials, my music videos, my music video editing, whether it's with the streaming, some of the overlays you see, you know, some of the animation stuff you might see, the graphics, the video editing, all that shit, the camera work, everything. So it's just all full circle. That's why I love streaming. The main thing, and I'm gonna get into these questions. The main reason, and I'm gonna get into this yak. The main reason I love streaming is because you can make a fucking movie and you don't have to edit it. So you can get something presentable that's excused because that's the genre, is that it's live, it's raw, it's unedited, it's uncut. You know, if I was shooting a show, they'd be like, why is the camera shaky sometimes? Why is there no cuts? Why are there delays? But in the genre of streaming, it's all good. And so the better you do with that, it's even better, right? If you had you know, you could have a bad lighting, but if you have your nice overlay on the screen, it's like, oh, okay, well, this is just probably temporary until they get right. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, you can enhance it by having better sound, different things, enhance your camera or whatever, things like that. But what I love is the non-editing part, because I think that's what stops a lot of creators. It's easy to shoot the shit, but the editing, putting it up, publishing it, this is like, I gotta do something with this shit. I gotta make it work. You know, so that's why I take pride in time with the titles and the captions, so that it's at least palatable. It's not just like some like out of context, low quality shit. You know what I'm saying? If it's gonna be low quality, at least it's like, you know what the fuck it's about. You know, a polished turd, not just a regular stinky turd. So, I'm in love with this genre. Like, I love it, and it goes hand in hand with the music. Like, I don't think it's weird to be a music artist and a streamer. I think it's the same thing. Like, really, like doing a stream is like writing a song or something. You know, it's like a project. You know, it's like a song. You're talking, you're saying your thoughts, not necessarily over a beat, but you're still using technology, and storytelling and pacing and timing and coming up with concepts, and you're publishing it, and it's not that different. It's for me personally, it's just as rewarding as making a song. If anything, it's like more rewarding because not everybody does it, and not everybody will. You can kind of learn how to rap. You can definitely learn how to stream, but like you kind of gotta like to do both, of course. But streaming, there's just less points of reference, even though there's a lot. But you know, you can find a million videos on how to rap. It doesn't mean you'll be good at it, but it's a little more established. So cool. Let's get into the questions. What's the wildest thing you've ever seen on stream? That's a good question. I feel like I haven't seen a lot of wild shit yet. One thing that was funny was when we were at that Soldier Boy party, and someone had a full ass ring light in the club, like a big ring light, not like the biggest one, but like a good sized ring light on top of a camera. And I was like, shit, if it works, it works. There's so much shit that I like wish I captured on stream that we just weren't on stream. I don't know. Probably the wildest thing was the whole DDG thing so far. I'm not gonna lie. That's probably one of the biggest moments. The wildest thing, something maybe with the hot chicken challenge at Dave's. That's more like the wildest thing we captured. The wildest thing we've seen that I've gotten, I don't know if we've gotten that thing yet. Obviously, something is the wildest, but I don't know if anything stands out that's like something that was out of my control that we just happened to capture because we're on live. But that is one of my goals or reasoning for streaming, is to be able to capture something crazy. And if I'm, you know, maybe I'm forgetting something at this point, but I don't know. What's the wildest thing besides like some sort of celebrity or something like that, you know? If you could collab with any streamer, who would it be? So I feel like we kind of did this before, but I'll do it again. If I could collab with, I mean, if I could collab, I mean, I think for me, what I'm most focused on is like growth. So, I mean, I think the most valuable person I could collab with is Kai Cenat. Not that, obviously that's a like basic ass answer, but you're right. Don't you feel like that would have like the most exponential growth? Now, I don't know if we would be the most compatible, but at the same time, fuck it, right? I mean, that's who I would pick, honestly. Like off rip, that's who I would pick without thinking. Why would you not go to the top? That's like saying, who, if I rap, who do I want to make a song with? I'm gonna say Drake. Like, maybe, well, it's a little shaky now. I'd probably still pick Drake, but Drake, Kendrick, you know, I'd pick somebody at the top, you know, like at the top. You know, not just like my favorite. I would, you know, and then if I had to like pick who's my favorite that I think that I would like mesh with the most, I'd probably still pick Kai. I'm not gonna lie. Or like, yeah, I think Ty was saying like Chris Next Door would be a good match for me. So it's always good to get like an outside, because I wasn't even thinking of Chris when we were talking about this before, but probably like personality, we would just probably be similar. Shit like that. I would pick DDG just for the lore. That'd be funny too. He's at the top too. You know what I'm saying? Aiden would be a dope one. You know, I just like the people that are big, to be honest. And I like people that are just good at what they do. Like, and just, what up, James Earl? Chilling, day 91, late night shit. What's up with you? It's the weekend. You in for the show? You don't have school or anything tomorrow. I'm answering 91 questions for day 91. We just answered if you could collab with any streamer, who would it be? Actually, James Earl, you answered the question. Who could you see me collabing with as far as streamers? Who do you think would make the most sense if you had to go off the top of your head? Someone that I would know too. And I'll wait to answer the next question. Who should I collab with? Right? I don't think there's really anybody like me. at this point. I feel like I have my own vibe as far as streaming. I'm sure there is. There's tons of streamers, but I don't know, gang. He said hydrate. Oh man, I even boosted the hydrate up. I'll drink some water though. I appreciate you. We got the YNs making me. We got the YCs having me hydrate. Appreciate you, bro. Don't overdo it. Yo, honestly, that hydrate was like very satisfying. I'm not gonna lie. That was a very satisfying hydrate. I appreciate you. Does chat ask the questions? Nah, I got it from ChatGPT. But if you want to ask a question, leave it in the chat. I'll answer it. So James Earl said that he doesn't know. James Earl from the chat said he doesn't know who I would collab with. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Either means I'm unique or I'm fucking weird. Or am I balding? That's a damn. That's a shit. Am I balding? Oh my god. Yo, James Earl is the nicest troll. To some degree, yeah, you could probably say I'm balding a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. No, you can't see. a little bit. But yeah, I mean, for my age, that's probably normal. You know what I'm saying? Damn, that was a good one. Oh, I hate it. Anyway, we'll move on. You can keep asking questions too. That was my next. He said, "Damn, that was my next question. Can I see?" you gotta try harder than that. But to answer that question,
No.
What's harder, IRL streams or desktop streams? They're both hard and easy in different ways. If I had to pick one, I would say desktop streams are harder than IRL streams. Desktop streams are hard because you have to just sit and talk. You can't. Obviously, you can bring stuff into your desktop to make it engaging, but for just overall, like just raw dog, I would say like desktop streams are harder. IRL streams are a little bit easier because you have more to work with. Though with IRL streams are kind of hard because you have to actually think of the interesting thing to do. Because if you just IRL and you're sitting somewhere outside, it's basically a desktop, you know. But it still is IRL, so I would still choose IRL over desktop. Because desktop is just like you're just sitting there. Gotta think of something to say. Gotta be entertaining. Gotta not bore yourself, you know. At least with the IRL, you could be doing something active. So I do think that the best desktops have elements of IRL in them. But also the best IRL have elements of desktop in them. Good dialogue, good concept. So it's kind of like you kind of want them to be the same. You know, you want it to be humorous. You want to have moments and clips. But I think it's easier to get clips in IRL than desktop, personally. To answer that question, ChatGPT, good question. What's your favorite moment from the last 90 days of streaming? I'm just a stream sniper.
I'm just a stream sniper.
I'm just a stream sniper. What the fuck does that even mean?
That has to be my favorite. That was like my first clip. Shout out BKS. That was my first clip. It went I'm not gonna say semi-viral because it didn't go that big, but across platforms it got a little numbers. People were finding my music from it. If I couldn't pick that clip, it was just anytime there's like a lot of people in the chat just talking. What's my favorite? Yeah, besides that, my favorite IRL is probably the Dave's Hot Chicken one, part 2. The second one was Ty, but the first one was good too. The first Dave's Hot Chicken with Monique was good too, because that was like that inspired that one. So go back and watch that one too. Soldier Boy, I like the Soldier Boy IRL too. I like that one. That was a good day. What soundboard button should I add next? That's weird. That's like a question to myself. I'm pretty like solid. This is one of my newest ones.
Don't fuck with me.
That's the Kanye one. I also added this one. I was gonna leave it as a surprise, but
Deuces.
so that's what I'm gonna use that when I'm peacing out. That's Chris Brown saying deuces on the song Deuces.
Deuces.
So I'll be like, And I don't know. I'll to add more. I need to add a new page, so I probably am good. I have 3 pages of soundboard stuff now, so I feel pretty good with what I have. But I'm sure it'll be like, I don't know. It'll probably just be like maybe the next viral sound or something like that. But I'm good right now. As far as soundboard sounds, I think I have a lot. Yo, it's crazy about the soundboard. I remember I was having a conversation with Monique, and like I couldn't really express like the words that I wanted to say, so I just like had to press a soundboard. You know what I mean? It was like I think I pressed this one.
What more do you want from me?
You know what I'm saying? I was trying to like talk to her about some shit that we were talking about, and I was like I couldn't like think of the words to say it, but like I had to emote in the moment. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I kind of like about it. And she said she can hear my soundboard sounds in her head sometimes, which is funny as fuck. So I guess I'm doing the right thing. Uh, la, 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 la. Would you rather stream for 10 hours or edit for 10 hours? Ooh, stream. All right. I've never done 10 hours, so I don't know what that would bring. I'm sure that would bring something annoying to the table, but I don't know. Streaming or at 10 hours of editing just sounds dreadful. Though I feel like I could finish whatever I'm doing in less than 10 hours. It's just usually that I get distracted and have to like stop and take breaks. And what I don't like about editing is that you can't like listen to other shit while editing. So I'd probably pick streaming. I would definitely pick streaming for 10 hours. And I want to do a 10-hour stream at one point. And I don't want to do a 10-hour editing session ever. Do you prefer Twitch, Kick, or YouTube right now? Good question. I've been answering this, and I was actually thinking about this today. I like them all for different reasons. I think overall, though, I think YouTube is my overall favorite because I like where I like how YouTube, like I like that you can look if you're live streaming on YouTube. You're funny, James Earl. My bad. Sorry. What I like about YouTube is that when you're streaming on YouTube, and this will probably work with all the platforms, but people are constantly searching things on YouTube to watch all the time. Like every time you go on it, you're looking for something. And for me, it's usually what pops up on recommended. But if you type in the right keyword on YouTube, it's gonna treat your live in real time as a real YouTube video. So if I say at Soldier Boy Streamer Bash and people are just looking to see if they can find clips, my shit is gonna pop up while live. So the discoverability factor is nice on YouTube, and then the publishing. So once you end your live, it turns into a YouTube video that can then be searched, and you can just do a lot with the description, the tags, and the caption. So I'm putting for me personally, YouTube is my personal favorite, and I'm not saying it's much better or much further, but I feel like it's easier to send people to YouTube that aren't into streaming than trying to send people to Twitch or Kick. All right, I'm gonna tell you why I like Twitch though. I like Twitch because that's where everybody's at. That's where all the streaming is happening. Even though there's a lot of good streaming on YouTube, that's the hot one right now. Is that all the big people are on Twitch? I like the monetization. I like the tools. There is decent discoverability on there, and it just works well as a platform. It's the hot spot, so you can't not like that. What I like about Kick is that there's no ads. There's less people on there, so you can cut through. And yeah, that's it. So in that order: YouTube, Twitch, Kick. But I like them all, though. I like them all. I wouldn't stream to all of them if I didn't love them all. And the leniency of Kick too. You can kind of do more and get away with more, but they got to catch up a little bit more. But it's like YouTube a 10, Twitch a 8, Kick a 7 type shit to me, basically. What's your dream IRL stream location? That's a good question. Let's think about it. Dream IRL. yeah, just somewhere. I mean, basically somewhere I haven't been. Like literally anywhere that I haven't done. Like anything exciting, anything with exciting people. I think it would be dope to like do the man on the street where you're going around with a mic asking people a question. I think that would be W content. Maybe something with drunk people. Just anything exciting though. Like it could be any. If I had to pick one, I want to do like a gun range. I think that would be cool. Shit like that. Just shit that's kind of fascinating to see. Something that you can kind of teach. Yeah, James House. Yeah, let's go to Canada. Something where you can kind of like teach the audience something. I always like streams like that where somebody can, it has utility to it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I like to do the little, when there's a new food promotion at a restaurant, limited time, I like to try it and give my, so people don't have to, or if they were curious, they can get some info. Yeah, just new things that haven't been shown yet. Yeah, we got to pull up on James though. You're funny. How do you discover new streamers to watch? That's a good question, I guess. I haven't really been looking for new streamers. I was never really looking for new streamers, but I would say clips. If I see, though this hasn't happened in a minute, whenever I see clips, that's how I even found out about Kai was the clips. I just kept seeing his clips over and over and over again. And then he was like a good, it's like the perfect person to find because he's just like the centerpiece. But yeah, like I guess if I'm watching already a stream and then somebody is funny on their stream, I might follow them. Or if it just sometimes it just pops up on the side of the on the sidebar at Twitch, so you'd be like, oh, this person's streaming, especially if you know them. Or yeah, that's kind of how I do. Do you like desktop streams for more talking or IRL streams for more action? I like them both. I like the talking aspect of the desktop. I love the action part of the IRL. And it's kind of the same question as before, but I'd probably pick the action of the IRL because you still can talk and you still can fucking basically pod on an IRL. So I like that the IRL is more. It's harder to like do shit when the camera's locked here. You know, we could, do some, yeah, but it's a desktop. It's supposed to be locked, so. Kai Cenat's desktops are different, though. That deep space, the characters, the activities, that's a different type of desktop. Music and hip-hop. So that was a streaming content category, so that was 10 questions. Number 11, music and hip-hop. Who's the GOAT rapper? Kyle Young. No, if I can't pick myself, overall, somewhere between this flanker asked me the same question. Clanker. Oh yeah. Wait, are you on ChatGPT asking questions? Who's your GOAT rapper to you, James Earl? I'd say somewhere between like, for me personally, it's like Eminem, Jay-Z, Drake. And more like Jay-Z, Drake, as far as what I've seen them do. And I think I said Jadakiss before. It's like Jay-Z, it's like Jay-Z, Drake, the top two to me, and then runners up are like Tupac and Jadakiss. And then Kendrick is somewhere. Kendrick Eminem. I see why you say that. Eminem is really good, and a lot of people rap like Eminem, so it's really hard to deny Eminem. Even Kendrick is rapping like Eminem to some degree. Everybody is Drake, everybody except for maybe Jadakiss, because Jadakiss is already out. And a lot of people are rapping like Tupac. Kendrick is great. Kendrick is great, especially Kendrick to me recently. There's something about Jay-Z and Drake though. Like Kendrick is good, but you kind of have to like decode him sometimes. And when you do, you're like, oh my God. What I like about Jay-Z and Drake, they can use entendres, but you catch them, you understand it the first time. They're very clear. That's another strength of Eminem. He's very clear. So you don't have to like look back and figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think Jay-Z and Drake have the slight edge over Kendrick. Even though Kendrick is like of the culture, his message is super potent, one of the most potent messages. Like he's like Nas, Tupac, Kendrick, like in that category. But as far as like the genre of rap, like overall, I'm gonna pick the person whose bars are the first time you hear it, it's like, oh shit, that's some shit. You don't have to be regionally savvy or understand the terms. You can just recognize, oh, he said some crazy shit. So that's my personal opinion. It might be some the East Coast in me to vote more Drake than Kendrick. And this is just about music. This isn't about personal mishaps or whatever. Just for my own personal preference, I lean that way. So if I had to pick one, who's the greatest overall? It sounds like glazing, but I almost have to say Drake just because he's been doing it for so long and the success and the skill level. Even if he has quote unquote writers or whatever, I don't believe that all of it's written. So if he is disqualified for the writers, then it's like we got to see who else has right. I don't know. Eminem, Jay-Z, I guess, to me personally. Jay-Z's really good, really really good. Who's the most underrated? What's the most underrated hip hop album? I don't know. I have no idea. How would I even know that? I guess that could be an easy question. No, that's whack. I don't like that shit. Underrated hip hop album. Daystar by Tory Lanez. Yeah, I'll stand on that. Which '90s rap group would you bring back today? '90s rap group. That's a good question. The Fugees. Favorite hip hop track of 1991. It's not really hip hop, but it kind of is. I'm gonna say Motown Philly by Boyz II Men. Tupac or Biggie? Who had more impact? Good question. Yo, I would have said Biggie before. I would have said Biggie for a lot of years. But it's Pac. It's definitely Pac. I feel like me being from the East Coast, it was Biggie, no brainer. But as the years have progressed, I think that Tupac's music has aged much better. Even though Biggie's still right there, it's like a 10 and a 9 to me. Maybe even a 9.5 for Biggie. But I feel like Tupac's, and maybe because I'm in LA, so I just hear a lot more Tupac. That could be it too. And maybe when I go back home, I hear more Biggie. They're really close. Like, but I think Tupac has a slight edge because he has actual messages in his music, whereas Biggie, he doesn't really have that aspect to him. So Tupac takes the edge. Like a Dear Mama changes. Like these records, like outside of like the rapper shit, these are like beautiful songs. So poetry, if you will. And I don't think Biggie was on that shit, even though he was massive and had great records. Impact Tupac for sure. Everybody is Tupac. Nobody is necessarily Biggie. Literally every rapper since Tupac is Tupac. The tattoos, the jewelry, the fashion sense, except every rapper is not Tupac because not every rapper has that duality, the poet side and the thug side. So for that reason, but they're so similar. Who's the best live performer in rap? That's a good question. Big Daddy Kane, fuck it, and DMX. Modern rapper, I mean, you gotta say who's ever up there. Travis. I like Travis. Travis is hard. I actually love Travis Scott. So yeah, somewhere between like Travis, Kendrick. Yeah, probably those two are probably the top modern performers. Kendrick is a really good performer. Travis, yeah. Travis. People do say that Travis is the best performer. That energy. What's your guilty pleasure song?
Baby girl.
No, that shit's old now. Fiend and Roman Coliseum is crazy. Yeah, Fiend. People love that song, Fiend. People fucking love that song, Fiend. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. The fact that there was a fucking stampede at Astroworld too, like, just says a lot about how people feel about Travis Scott's music. Who's killing it in hip hop right now? Nobody. Nobody. I'm not gonna lie, this was the worst year for hip hop ever. And there was a lot. What up, Ty? There was a lot of shit, but there also wasn't a lot of shit in hip hop. There was no new rappers. There was no song of the summer. This shit was whack as fuck. So to answer that question, literally nobody's killing it in rap. Maybe Glorilla. And that's not a hit at her. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Which rapper has the best ad libs? That's a good question. Takeoff. Gotta be Takeoff, right? Travis Scott has good ad libs too. It's lit. Straight up. Change your rap name to Nobody. So Ty said change your rap name to Nobody. So when people say who's killing it, say Nobody, and they be talking about you. True. Nobody. I feel like doesn't somebody have the name Nobody? I swear I saw that or something. Nobody recently. Yeah, that is a good name. That'd be a good name. What's the best rap song to hype you up? What would I play? That's a good question. I would play, I think No Problems by Chance the Rapper. Ransom? Are you answering the question? Like Ransom by Lil Tecca? Or is that what you're talking about? I love that song too. Lil Tecca is definitely underrated. What's yours? Is it the Just Like Music? I don't know if that's a hype song, but yeah, that's a good one. That's a classic. Yeah, just to keep it brief. Cool. All right, fun and random. Answer question number 21. Would you? Oh, see, it's starting to ask the same questions now. Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? And I think I said before, 100 duck-sized horses. I would probably pick over a big-ass duck that's the size of a horse. What's the weirdest food combo you secretly love? Ooh, good question. One horse-sized duck is crazy. No way. That would fuck you up. Imagine that. A horse-sized duck. That would fuck you up. What's a crazy food combo I like? I like peanut butter on pancakes. I like pineapple on pizza. I like... I'm kind of a picky eater, but... Which one? None of those is crazy? Peanut butter pancakes not that crazy? Some people don't like that shit. I like syrup on my eggs. Like when I'm eating pancakes and stuff, I like the syrup. Some people don't like the syrup to touch the eggs. I like that. I'm kind of a picky eater, so I probably... just whatever. I like chocolate ice cream with orange sherbet together. That shit tastes fire. That's kind of weird. I don't know. Any weird ones that I should know about that I should try? That makes sense. I always thought that peanut butter on celery was weird, but people like that shit. I like it though. It's not weird. Yeah, I guess I don't like really eat weird shit. Anyway, moving on. If aliens landed, what's the first Earth food you give them? Chicken tikka masala. Peanut butter and ramen, James Earl said. Not that much though. Give them KFC, he said. Peanut butter and ramen is crazy. I see what you're getting at, like a peanut sauce, but I never really liked the peanut sauce that much. So I see what you're saying, but
No.
I don't know. I don't know about that one, but that would be a weird one. Give them KFC. That sounds racist. I'm not going to fucking KFC. We're going to fucking Raising Cane's before that. KFC is way overrated at this point. Although I would fuck some up. I might go to KFC tomorrow, actually. Oh. Yeah, no. Anyway. What's the best fast food chain? Anybody can answer in the chat. China. Wait, hold on. Before we do. Oh, no canes in Canada. Ty said Chinese cold noodles be ramen with peanut butter low key. Yeah. Hey, try what you like. James Earl said there's no canes in Canada. That is unfortunate. I'm sure they will soon though. What's the best fast food chain? For me personally, I'm gonna go with, because it's like, what's considered fast food? Is Chick-fil-A considered fast food? I might have to go with that. Is Cane's considered fast food? Because they have a drive-through. I might go with that. But if I had to pick something that's all like readily available, okay, so it does count. Okay, so then it's between Cane's and Chick-fil-A. I'm going with Cane's, even though Cane's is kind of overrated. Panda Express when it's fresh, is that considered fast food? I guess they do have a drive-through at Panda sometimes. Very rare, but they do have it. Bro, I went to Chick-fil-A at an airport and it was a Sunday. Really? I didn't think that was a thing. Maybe in the airport only. Why did it piss you off? Weren't you happy? Oh, I see. I see. So it was closed. You couldn't get it because it was Sunday. Damn. Your one time being able to try fucking Chick-fil-A. And it's like the one restaurant that's not closed, that's not open on Sunday. Like every other restaurant. Yeah. I didn't even know they had Panda Express and CT like that. For the one day I was in the USA. Yeah. Well, it'll happen again. It'll come up. Yeah, so I think my consensus was Cane's for now because I've had a lot of Chick-fil-A. What's your go-to snack during streams? My best snack is the yak. I don't really eat during streams like that. I don't know. If I did, it would be like, I don't know, grapes or something. Yeah, that yak. Oh, you can actually use the yak glass? Oh, yeah, I made it available. Hell yeah. Oh, you had Shake Shack? Do they not have Shake Shack in Canada? Because I love Shake Shack too. I wouldn't consider that fast food. I feel like it takes too long to be fast food. Even though they might have a drive-thru somewhere. But I haven't seen Shake Shack drive-thru. They must have it though somewhere. No, they don't. Yeah. It's damn near fast food, but it's starting to get into a different category. Even like In-N-Out theoretically is fast food, but it takes so long that it's not even fast food at this point. Oh, and No Dave's Hot Chicken. That's not fast food either. That takes a little minute. If it takes over like 15 minutes to make, I don't know. It's gotta, it's unfortunate, but like, is Subway fast food? It is, right? Low key. Dunkin' Donuts, I guess, would be fast food. If you won 1 million from scratch tickets, I love how it's bringing in the old shit. That's funny. If you won 1 million from scratch tickets, what's the first thing you'd buy? Wait, you have In-N-Out? I've never tried it though. There's In-N-Out in Canada? No way. No way. I don't know. I don't see it. So it does say that there might be some In-N-Out Canada somewhere, but I don't. It's kind of I'm getting conflicting answers, but that's pretty epic. Oh, he said no. Five Guys. Five Guys is fire too. I wouldn't consider that fast food either, but that's one of my favorite burgers to get. But if I had $1 million, what would I buy? I would like. I think I would like buy myself out of debt first. But if I had to like physically purchase something, $1 million. That's like you could get anything. I don't know, maybe a new car. Or like something for somebody else, like a gift or something for family or loved one. But I'd probably get rid of my car and get a little Tesla real quick, just to upgrade. $1 million though, shit. What do I buy? A house? It'd be hard out here, but maybe a house. House is sustainable, right? And then branch off from there. I'd blow my whole $1 million on the house if I bought one out here, but that could be worth it because if you just hold that shit for like 10 years. Do you believe in luck? Luck. Do I believe in luck? Yeah, of course. Luck happens. Buying $1 million in chips and 10 exit. Yeah, what should I buy? Some like Bitcoin or something? Or are you talking about like poker or something? Yeah, yeah, Bitcoin wouldn't be a bad investment either. I'd probably like get myself out of bail myself out of like any like positions I have in my stock portfolio and then like just keep flipping shit. Would you rather have teleportation or time travel? Probably teleportation. Time travel would be cool, but I'd probably pick teleportation. Bitcoin is so risky, it fluctuates so much. It doesn't fluctuate that much. I mean, when it's bad, it does. It drops down a lot. Where you can lose a shit ton. Yeah, no, I haven't really lost a lot of money on stocks or crypto. Usually I just hold. But yeah, sometimes you do. What's the worst job you've ever had? Fucking every job besides like, you know, I was a teacher. That sucked. Money was cool, but I didn't like it. I've been a personal assistant. That was all right. Worst job. What's considered worst? Like the one that I hate the most? Like, I've done some landscaping stuff. I've done some. That sucked. I haven't really had a lot of jobs. I remember one of my first jobs was like, it was like a summer job for like young kids. We were like cleaning dorm rooms basically for like the new students to come in. So that was kind of like, I didn't really mind that either because it was just kind of like you could just like space out, have your fucking music playing, and just like it was just like repetitive. Like you had to like just clean it to a certain way. So that was all right. Edward's Supermarket. Oh yeah. What is that emoji that he sent? What is that? Predator? Is that supposed to be Predator? Oh, Darth Jar Jar. Got you. I had to retrieve the carts in the snow. Ty said I had to retrieve the carts in the snow. My feet were so cold I got ran over by a car and didn't feel it. That's crazy. James Earl redeemed hydrate. Damn it. I'm gonna be peeing all night. That's all good though. Honestly, saving my life. The responsible YC is in the chat. Shout out to James Earl for redeeming hydrate. I'm gonna have to put that price up a little bit. It's a little too easy, but at least it's easier than the $100 one. Yeah. Anything East Coast ice, snow, and I'm sure it gets even colder in Canada, so he probably knows. Maybe they are just more prepared. But yeah, I remember one of the last things I was doing before I came here was doing like, we had like a little landscaping kind of situation, and I was like doing some shoveling. And yeah, I think I like either my hands or my feet were like fucked up for like days after that. Hey, I stayed here for like 30 minutes for that hydrate. Okay, so you got little points. Okay. But yeah, shoveling, that frostbite is the worst. Yeah, I remember my feet getting fucking... I don't miss that. I don't miss the cold weather. 60 points per 10 minutes. Okay. All right. For that reason, okay. This can be controllable. All right, moving on. What's a smell that instantly brings back memories? Ooh, good question. This is random, but remember that, what was that place called? The little store in the mall with the lotions and the Bath and Body Works? So there's this smell called cucumber melon, and that reminds me of like middle school, because I feel like that's the first time I ever even heard of hand sanitizer before. And I just remember like the teacher having it, they put it on your hands and you put it on and it like makes your hands feel like all cool and shit. And I feel like the first time I ever saw hand sanitizer was cucumber melon of that. So if I smell that, and I think they still make it, it like brings back memories. There's a certain smell that's like, smells like school cafeteria. I can't explain it. It just, that brings back memories. Also, like the smell of rain, like either like when it's about to rain, you could just tell it's about to rain. That smell is like very, very specific. Also, like the smell of Chuck E. Cheese too. Pair of Victoria's Secrets remind me of my ex, says Ty. Type shit, you know what I mean? So certain smells are reminiscent of bring you back in time immediately, and just all this shit. What did the Big Bang smell like? Oh, smelled like fucking dinosaur shit, and no, I don't even know if dinosaurs would have been there yet. It smelled like nothing. It smelled like clean air, the cleanest air. It smelled like God's armpit. Shout out, I can't read that. IOV 9QBGGROW. They might be spam, they might not, but shout out them on kick. The trauma it brings back. Yeah. I feel you. There's probably some other ones that I can't think of off the top of my head, but yeah, basically that. Also, I feel like if you go to like, I feel like roller skating rinks have a certain smell too. What does peace mean to you? Wow, see, I love how I was doing callbacks. That's what's up. So answer question 31. What does peace mean to you? Peace means to me, no conflict. Just easy, just no worries. Just calm, relaxation, space and energy, good energy to be able to just, continue. Wow, that is a crazy emote set. I don't even know whose emote set is that? Where'd you get that from, James Earl? A giant squid looking thing. Do you think you once, do you think trust once broken can never fully come back? It depends on what it is. You know what I mean? I think in some cases, yes. Because there's different types of trust. You know what I mean? I think in some cases, some things are an accident, and I think it depends on like how the person deals with it. Like if it's an accident and they don't care, then no. But if it's an accident and they're like genuinely sorry and try to make up, then yes. But there's different types of trust. You know what I mean? It's like a different type of trust. Like if someone like completely disregards everything about you, I think that would be hard, especially if you're like someone that has trust issues like me. But I'm also a very forgiving person, so I do believe that trust can be regained. I'm more like gonna like forget about it before I'm like holding a grudge like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with it. Good callback. What's the hardest lessons you've learned in life? I don't know. Don't. Dementia is crazy. James Earl said dementia, yes, because I'll forget. No, I just don't care. But the hardest lesson I learned in life. Shout out Lisa Brook 493 on Kick. Appreciate the follow. Appreciate you. The hardest lesson I learned in life is don't trust people. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. Like have a plan. Save your money. Have a plan. Save your money. Have a plan. Don't overspend. Or the hardest lesson I learned is like double check things. Always make sure. Like don't assume. Don't assume. Hardest lesson. Because assuming only makes an ass out of who? You and me. Let's see if there's a chat on no. Cool. Is happiness a choice or a feeling? Both. Shout out James Earl with the dope emotes. Happiness is definitely a feeling. Sometimes you can't really explain it. But I also feel like, do I stream on TikTok too? Not really. I did a couple times back in the day. I don't know. Do you think I should? Is it worth it? I haven't really seen any. I probably would do okay on it. I just, I don't know. It's harder because they don't. It's hard to get a stream key for TikTok, and the only way to really do it is through the phone, or you or through Streamlabs. But I don't run Streamlabs on this computer. Streamlabs somehow lets you go on TikTok. They just somehow can request the code. So until TikTok makes it easier for you to get your stream key, I'm not that interested at the moment. But I would. I honestly would. I would also stream on Party. And I would stream on X too, I guess. That'd be cool. But I'm not, I think I have to pay to stream on X. Yeah, that'd be cool to stream on TikTok though. It was okay. I was like signed to like a live agency. Not that that means anything because you can just like get signed without doing anything. But that's like the one way to get your stream key. Or you can use the live studio, but that's only for PC. Can you bench 440? Says James Earl. No, probably not. I think my max is probably like 250 probably. And I haven't benched in a long time, so I don't know what it would be. It'd either be more than it used to be because I'm just bigger now, but definitely not. Can you bench 440? I don't. That isn't that like a lot? Like a professional weightlifter weight to bench 440? So to answer the question, no. And that was by James Earl, not by ChatGPT. Would you rather be respected or loved? Good question. I feel like if you love somebody, you'll respect them. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the love and respect go hand in hand. And if you respect someone, that's kind of like showing love. So it's kind of the same thing. But I guess you could love somebody and not respect them. That'd be weird though, right? So would I rather be loved or respected? Man, that would suck to be loved, but I don't respect you. I guess respected. I'd say respected. Because what is love, you know? Do you think people can really change? Yeah, I do. I do. I think that we are generally the person we are for most of our lives, but I think people do change due to circumstances, just maturity, growing up, learning things, people, yeah. But I think for the most part, people don't change that much. But I think we just naturally do. Like just from a kid to an adult, you're just probably so different. Just you probably have the same personality, but your choices, you know, that you make, I think, are shaped by what happens. What's more powerful, love or fear? So I think that means like, would you rather be loved or feared? I guess. That's a good question. Because I think if you love somebody, like you'll do a lot. But if you fear someone, that's almost like a what's the word? What's that word called? An involuntary type of reaction. Fear is like if you're afraid, you're afraid. When you're loved, you're kind of like making a choice to do things. When you're afraid, like you might just start running out of, you know what I mean? So I think, hey, we got the super Kyle in chat. Love can make you do things, and it can heal you. True. What's more powerful? I think fear is more powerful, to me personally. Ty said love can make you do things and it can heal you. True. True. So maybe fear is more one-sided, but love can encompass more things. Do you believe in karma? Question number 38. Hold on. I didn't respect my dad and I feared him. I loved my mom. Says Ty. I didn't respect my dad and I feared him. I loved my mom. Yeah, there is no right answer. There is no right answer. Do you believe in karma? I believe in karma, yes. I don't know why I believe in it. I feel like karma is one of those things that we just kind of see. You know? Or it just makes sense, right? It almost doesn't make sense because, like, you could not do bad. I mean, there's good and bad karma too. But it almost doesn't make sense because you can, like, not do something bad and bad stuff still happen. And I feel like bad people still get good karma sometimes. So it almost seems like it's not real, like it's coincident. But sometimes you just see something where the timing is just a little too. If you it's a little too like on point and timing wise. Jail is karma if you really think about it. I don't think you have to really think about it at all. It's pretty straightforward, you know. I always would wonder this: is death karma though? I almost like beg to say that it's not, right? Because it's like you don't really. I mean, you're not here. Only if like in life, when you die, you could like tell that you're dead and like look back and be like, I fucked up. Then I think that would be karma. But I always would wonder if like death is karma, unless you like died, like being tortured or something. But like if you just, I don't know. I never thought that. Always question if death is karma. Do you think success is luck or hard work? Both. Both. Because I think success is still like a rare thing. And so I think it still takes a little bit of luck because I think two people can work equally as hard, but it's just that little bit of magic sometimes that takes it to the next level, you know, because you could work really, really hard and get nothing, you know. But hard work is a good way to more guarantee success, whereas just relying on luck. So for that reason, actually, I think success is more based in hard work, but I think you still need the luck, but I don't think you can get the success with just luck. You can, but that would just be luck, you know. But I think you would still have to be putting in some sort of work to get there, unless it's like it's your first time rapping and you become famous off a song. Yeah, I guess that would be luck, but very rare. What's your biggest fear about the future? The biggest fear about the future is the unknown. Not knowing what's going to happen. You can kind of guess, but what if you're wrong? That's the fear, right? Is not knowing, is thinking that going fully bald is crazy. Nah, I don't care about that. Especially by the time that would happen, I feel like I would be old enough where it'd be like not, no, it wouldn't be weird. You know what I'm saying? James Earl said going fully bald. What's your first video game console? My first video game console is NES. Yep. Nintendo Entertainment System is my first video game console. Followed by Sega. Followed by N64. Then PS2. And then I stopped playing video games after that. What's the best video game of all time? I don't know. I guess GTA to me. It's got to be, right? Has to be. Has to be. And if we're talking specifically, whatever the last one was. Is that San Andreas still? Elden Ring, huh? It's really that good. Damn. Elden Ring is really that good. Elden Ring is better than GTA? I feel like some people would disagree with that. Or is GTA too basic to say? And will the new GTA be better than Elden Ring? I don't know. I think it's hard to beat GTA. But, I mean, I haven't played Elden Ring, so. Yeah, exactly. What PC or console gaming? I don't know. I don't play. But if I had to pick, I'll just say console. It just makes sense to me. But I've never had like a super fast gaming computer, so if that's better, I guess. And I guess you can, and really for me, it would just be like the controller. So if you can have the full size controller on a PC, then, and if there are benefits like better graphics, then I guess PC. But for me, I guess console. Have you ever rage quit a game? Probably, but I haven't played a game in a long ass time. What's a game you love but suck at? Every game. Would you try VR streaming? Of course. I don't even know what the fuck that is, but I'll try it. Sounds cool. What's the most iconic video game character? Probably Mario or Sonic. Has to be. Challenge me on that. Yeah, it's gotta be Mario. They've made like, well, there's Sonic movies with Mario. Yeah, there's been a lot of Mario shit. It has to be Mario. Yep, and he's like one of the first. Yeah, and he's still around. Yep, Mario it is. It's a me. Do you prefer single player or multiplayer? I hate multiplayer. I don't know why. If you could live inside a video game world, which one? Live in there though, like. Well, okay, so multiplayer, maybe like multiplayer when you're at home and you just have your own screen. I hate when you're in the same place and you have to look at the little screen. I hate that shit. Online, sure, multiplayer. But if we're talking about like you're in the same place with a split screen, fuck that shit. But online, yes, I could see that. If you could live inside a video game world, which would it be? I would just pick GTA, like San Andreas, because it's like living in LA, I guess. Or like, yeah, everywhere else that'd be annoying as shit to live there. Like Yoshi World or something. Like what the fuck? Yeah, definitely GTA, because there's a lot of shit you can do. Which favorite '90s arcade game? The Simpsons game. Either the Simpsons game or the Ninja Turtle game. Or Street Fighter. Street Fighter 2, Tournament Edition. LA, but every now and then some maniac with a rocket launcher flies through town. Yeah, sounds like LA. Movies and TV. Question 51. What's the best 90s TV show? That's too hard. Every fucking show in the 90s was fire. But if I had to pick one, what's my favorite? I don't know, man. We got Family Matters. We got Full House. We got cartoons like Rugrats and Doug. We got... It's somewhere between one of those shows. Simpsons, okay, I feel you. That was probably... What is the question? What's the greatest or your favorite? What's the best 90s TV show? Yeah, it probably is The Simpsons, because of how long it's lasted. What are you sending? Airplanes and airports? Yeah, Simpsons is probably the greatest. It has to be. Hold on, bathroom break. Has to be The Simpsons, because it's been on for like 5 years. I'm back. Yeah, it has to be The Simpsons. That has to be The Simpsons. But I didn't really watch The Simpsons. I used to watch The Simpsons and I stopped watching it. All right, James Earl. Appreciate you tapping in. Get some sleep. It's only 1 o'clock. You got Saturday tomorrow. But do your thing. Appreciate you. Appreciate the input. I'm gonna finish this off. If you had to live in a sitcom world, which one? Sitcom world. James Earl, by the way. Sitcom world. Fuck it. That's a good question. I don't know. I can't think of one. I'll just say Family Matters, just because. Or I'll say The Cosby Show. What's the scariest movie you've ever seen? Damn. I feel like The Exorcist is like weird scary. Like it still looks scary. Still. Anything where it's like, or also like one of those movies like Scream or something where it's like kind of realistic seeming, where it's like the guy, the killer, like a serial killer, like on some like stabbing people shit, kind of fucks me up too. And then anything else, like anything that's like freaky, like demented, demonic shit, like I don't like that shit. Favorite comedy movie? Friday. Most underrated actor? Jeffrey Wright, or yeah, Jeffrey Wright. If you could remake any movie, what would it be? I don't really believe in remaking movies, but if I had to pick one, we would make. They should remake Boys in the Hood. They shouldn't remake this movie, but I think it would be cool to see, like, set that in like modern LA, like modern LA shit. That shit could be fire. And that's just off the top of my head. I don't really believe in remaking movies. What movie soundtrack is a classic? Nutty Professor soundtrack. There's a lot. Soul Food soundtrack. I waiting on a 5 Deadly Venoms, but they're gonna butcher it if they do. I don't even know what that is. That's a remake? I mean, there's probably some good ones that could be remade, but like, it would have to be like a movie that's bad, and then they need to make a better one. Five Heartbeats, a remake? Whoa. That'd be different. And The Last Dragon, Ty said. 5 Daily Venoms is a Kung Fu classic. Okay, so remaking Kung Fu movies. Okay. I can see that if they're like old enough where it's just like limited by the technology. I can see how that could be good. Yeah, it'd have to be something that's just bad. Not bad, but just by today's standards that they can make better. I think if they remade The Wizard of Oz, that'd be fire. Even though that's a classic. It'd be hard to like make it better though. I'm talking soundtrack for Heartbeats. Oh, and The Last Dragon. Oh, true. Yeah, music movies are gonna have the best music, and I'm not familiar with the Last Dragon soundtrack, but I'm sure it's fire. I mean, there's. We'd have to go down the list. That was just off the top of my head. I just specifically remember the Nutty Professor soundtrack being fire. Like you could like listen to it as like an album. What's a show you can rewatch over and over? I don't know. Probably Breaking Bad, but I don't really watch a lot of shows. What's your favorite cartoon growing up? Doug, I'll say. There's some other ones too. Oh, you own the vinyls for both movies? Yeah, I can see that. I can see. Anything before like 2000 is just gonna be a whole different vibe. Everything's classic. Transformers soundtrack or remake Transformers? Oh, Transformers is your favorite cartoon growing up. I feel you. True. I didn't watch Transformers growing up. Oh, you know, it was also one of my favorites, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That original was fire. Which movie villain do you secretly root for? It's not a secret. I love Scar from The Lion King. I love him. He's great. Great character. Great villain. But I don't know if I actually root for him, like, because I don't want him to like kill Mufasa and kill Simba or whatever. Jafar was cool. I don't know if I root for any of the villains. Like, it'd have to be some character I just don't like, which I'd have to really think about. There probably is one that I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of want to go in. Which city has the best food? I'm gonna triangulate it. I'm gonna say somewhere between New York, Atlanta, LA. Though Hartford is not bad for food. I'm not gonna lie, Hartford actually has really good food. Hartford, Connecticut has good food. There's certain things you can only get in Hartford. But overall, from my experience, I'm gonna go with LA. Because LA has a lot, it's diverse, plus they have the whole like seafood stuff. So you can just basically get anything, and the quality's gonna be fire too. But New York has good ass food too. And Atlanta has good ass food too. So that was 61. If you could move anywhere, where would it be? Okay, so I'm already in my dream location, which is LA. But if not, I would move to New York. I would move back to home, where I'm from. Or I would move to Miami, I guess, at this point. What's one thing about your hometown you love? That's funny. The memories, the lore. The lore. I like the lore. I like seeing how it's growing. I like going and coming back and seeing how it's growing and how it's becoming was being restored, because even Hartford and Springfield were kind of popping in the 90s and they kind of took a dip. So I kind of like to see new things come. And it could be a fucking Raising Cane's or a Dave's Hot Chicken, but it's like, damn, that feels like LA to me. So I like where it's going, where I don't feel I can like do a lot of the same shit I would in LA. But yeah, food is cool. The lore. I'm into that. Do you like city life or country life? City. What's the best trip you've ever taken? One time we did trip. Best trip I've ever taken. Honestly, San Diego was cool. I'm not gonna lie. San Diego was cool because we took a train down there, so that was different. I haven't really gone on a lot of trips. That was cool. And then like when you get down there, the air is so clean. So that was cool. And it was just a short time, but I just liked that place. I like SeaWorld. I like San Diego. So that was one of the best trip. Yeah, I really haven't gone that many places, to be honest. I'm gonna say San Diego. That was fun, actually. I liked it. What's your dream vacation spot? I want to go to Jamaica. I want to go to Hawaii. I want to go to... Yeah, I think Jamaica and Hawaii are like what's on my bucket list. And I haven't been to either. Where else would I go? I want to go to... Yeah, because we're talking vacation, not just like a trip. Because like I feel like Africa would like not be like a vacation. It could be. Maybe it would. That'd be more like a spiritual trip. You know what I'm saying? Who taught you the most in life? Probably my dad, I would say. And not even like so directly teaching me, but just like what I've observed and learned from just being around him, I'd say. What's the most inspiring quote you know? I don't know if it's a quote, and I don't know how to say it right, but it's like, what is it, like, being prepared times luck equals success, something like that. That one, I like that. It's like, or like, stay ready so you don't have to get ready, like that type of idea. If you build it, they will come. Carpe diem. This too shall pass. All these things, you know. What do you think the internet made life better or worse? Definitely better. It's hard for me to like really think of ways that it's gotten worse. Obviously it has, but I think the pros outweigh the cons. Just we're able to communicate quickly. We're able to share ideas. We're able to access information and resources that we normally wouldn't be able to, like so fast. Like, so it said, do you think the internet made life better or worse? I think better, and I think it's still getting better. Even things like ChatGPT, like life-saving things like ChatGPT. I don't know. From my perspective, the internet has been super helpful with navigating problems and issues. Just the fact that you can look something up so quickly, like, it's hard to imagine like not having that. Like, it's like, how the fuck did people live? How did you do shit? Which decade had the best style? I'll say, I want to say like, that's a good question. none. Everybody sucked. Nah. I feel like the best style is like the 50s, I think. Just because it was like more limited. People were just more semi-formal all the time. Not semi-formal, but just kind of like business casual was kind of like the thing. So everybody's just wearing button-down shirts and slacks and hard-bottom shoes. So I think like style-wise, that's probably like the illest time. But in modern times, probably now. Just because when we look back at a lot of shit, it's just trash. 70s not bad. 70s is actually kind of fire. I would say the 50s, the 70s. I can't really think of what the 60s would have looked like. I think the 80s is trash. 90s felt cool at the time, but some days in the 90s, I think the best 90s is okay, but like late 90s, because you know, like Tim's, baggy jeans, jerseys, hats and shit. I think that's not a bad look. I think early 2000s was no, fuck that. Mid 2000s, like skinny jean era, no. 2015s, no. I think now, we're in this like retro hybrid thing where clothes fit right and materials are good. And I also think that now is one of the best times is because the standard of clothing is higher. I don't know if that's good for the world or not, but like just the fact that like you could wear some generic ass shit back in the day, and now it's like you kind of have to be like wearing certain brands and shit too. And that's nothing new, but the brand, you know what I mean? You could have a Reebok hoodie on in the 90s and it's like, oh, it's a name brand. I know Reebok went. Wear that same Reebok hoodie now. They don't hit the same. They want to see a Miri sweatshirt or a Essential sweatshirt, Hellstar or something, you know what I mean? So I think I would say no. Chat, where are y'all watching from today? Well, I can probably surmise. We had Canada, we have Connecticut. I'm not sure who's on Kick or YouTube, but chat, where y'all tapping in from? Let me know. I'm gonna go to the next one. What time zone are you in? I'm in Pacific Standard Time, meaning West Coast of the U.S. If you could rename the stream, what would you call it? Yeah, I didn't even do the for the futures thing yet. I'll call it 91 questions. Who's been here the longest? What does that mean? Like who's been on the stream in the chat? I guess Ty at this point. BKS. What emoji sums up your mood right now? Probably the one that's like this, like the shrug emoji, or the yak. I'm not even on my yak. Crazy tonight. I kind of have a empty stomach, so it's harder to drink. Drop your favorite rapper in chat right now. Okay, I won't drop it in chat, but my favorite rapper, I'm gonna say I like Kodak Black. I'll just say he's my favorite right now. But he's not really my favorite. Right? He's one of my favorites though. What's the best sound effect I should add to the soundboard? So these questions for the chatter for me. I guess if you have a suggestion. Should I bring back day 88 clips or never again? Oh my god. Never again. What's the funniest thing you've seen on see there, it's like the chat. What's the funniest thing you've seen on the stream? If I had to guess, it would be, what is that? Oh, the Ray J. Oh shit. The Ray J emote. Is that from Ray J shit? Did he add that? That's funny. What's the funniest thing on my stream? On my stream, maybe the hot chicken thing. I feel like there was one recently. Yeah, probably the hot chicken thing. What do I like more? Yeah, I'll hit the hydrate. Yeah, I've been having stomach issues lately. But I think it's the dairy, though, from the pizza, because I don't really eat pizza that much anymore. Hydrate. PKS experience redeemed hydrate means I have to drink some water. But I know, imagine somebody be like, fuck, I hate water. But for me, it's like, okay, no issues. What do I like more, IRL, desktop, IRL? All right, we're on the last 10 questions, and we're at an hour 45. Nice, good timing. Rapid fire, fun to end the stream. Well, I'll still do a little more after these questions because I didn't really address my title exactly yet. But we'll get there. Pizza or burgers? Wow, it literally just said pizza. Pizza or burgers? Ooh, good question. I gotta think of like the best pizza I've ever had and the best burger. I'm gonna. Damn, that's a good question. What do I miss more? I low-key, I feel like I. Damn. It's very similar. I almost want to say both, but I feel like I crave pizza more than burgers. Maybe pizza is slightly more special than a burger to me. But I love a good burger. All right, next one. Summer or winter? Summer. Cats or dogs? Yeah, summer just because. Winter. Winter here is not that bad, though. I don't mind winter here. It's just like a little bit cooler and maybe some rain. Winter on the East Coast, absolutely not. Cats or dogs? Dogs by far. Cats are. I'm starting to warm up to cats though, but I'll pick a dog. Coffee or tea? Coffee, but I like a good lemon iced tea. Netflix or YouTube? YouTube, 1000%. Texting or calling? Depends. Texting is good when you want to like have something that somebody can like reread and like be able to like revisit. Calling is good if you want to just get to it and talk in like nuances and like cut the chase. You know what I mean? I prefer, but if I had to pick one, I would. Calling's easier, right? I'd rather call, low-key. Sneakers or slides? Ooh. I'm gonna say sneakers. Slides are cool though. Instagram or TikTok? They're close. They have different purposes. I think TikTok's overall better, but Instagram is overall better in a different way too. Depends on what you're asking, but they're similar. Pancakes or waffles? Low-key waffles. I'm not gonna lie. Waffles are a little bit better. Pancakes are cool. They just get soggy and shit. I don't know. Kick or Twitch? Ooh. I'm gonna go with. This answer would have been Kick a couple months ago, but I think I like Twitch more. Yeah, but very close though. 8 and 9, like an 8 and a 9 comparison. Would you rather relive day 88 or scratch 90 more tickets? Oh my god, yo, you gotta relax, ChatGPT. I did not plan this shit. Of course I would scratch 90 more tickets. Duh, like, the fuck. Now, would I rather spend $60 or do a free day 88? Ooh, that's a good question. Nah, I'm picking the tickets every time. That's a dumb ass question though. So that was 91 questions to go with the theme of 91. So for the last 10 minutes, I guess I will address the title, which says Day 91 for the future Friday, and it's a consistency stream. I feel like it's a little better than consistency stream, but it's not bad though. So for the future, my goals are, and sometimes I'll touch on this shit already, so it might be repetitive, but for the near future, we have episode 100 coming up. So I want to do something with the 100 thing. Maybe we have a $100 food challenge, which shouldn't be hard at all. Or maybe we do like a $100 something else challenge. Like maybe we have to get an outfit or something. I gotta figure it out. Or I could do something because what 100 quarters is what $25. Did I do that math, bro? Did I do that math wrong? Hold on. How much is 100 quarters? Yeah, $25. So I could do something with 100 quarters. Like I could play the coin pusher game and see how far we could get. I could do $25 worth of laundry. I still want to do my laundry stream. We could do $100 food challenge, $100 outfit challenge. We could do, I don't know yet. I gotta figure it out. I'm not sure. I don't want to spend $100 so I'd rather like take that 100 and like do something valuable with it. We can figure it out though. We still got a little bit of time, and I think it's on I feel like it's on like a weekend again. Actually, it might be on Monday. So we'll figure it out. Once I hit 100, I did say that I will start promoting more, because this whole time I've not been promoting my streams at all. Some of which have done okay on YouTube with no promotion. So that's interesting. What else do I want to do? I need to get my computer right. I need to clear off all this space and get it right so that I can stream strongly. The cool thing about having a fucked up computer though is that like it makes me stick on this screen, so it just helps me become a better yapper. So another thing I would like to do in the near future, since we're talking about future, more IRL streams. The summer is kind of concluding here, meaning these like 90, $100 days are gonna, not gonna be as much. So I should be able to stream outside more. That's been the thing that's been stopping me recently, is the overheating. So less overheating should equal more outdoor IRLs. In the nearest future, I want to do more stuff on Twitch, like the goals, the follower goals, the sub goals, all that shit. So I want to restructure everything. I want to restructure the whole stream. I don't want it to be about drinking or anything, because when I do start promoting, I don't want it to be just all about that. So I want it to be a little more, I'm not even going to say like cleaned up, like it can still be edgy, but like I want to treat it more like if this was like on a network, and then like kind of use those limitations, like try not to swear as much, try not to drink or smoke on there. So that would be a thing to kind of treat it more professionally, because that's also a reason why I'm not sharing it so much, because of the shit that I do on here. Even though I love it that way, I almost would like not change a thing if I didn't have to, So we'll start doing more of that. I'll start coming up with like more concepts like ahead of time, so then that reflects what I'm actually doing on the stream, as opposed to just kind of like winging it, how I've been doing every time, and then just kind of like afterthought, like creating the concepts and the titles and shit, like go, like SeaWorld. We knew it was SeaWorld, so I was able to make artwork before and everything, because we knew it was exactly what it was going to be. So that type of thing, even with the desktops. And it does happen, 50 Cent stream. That was also another one of my favorite streams, if I didn't say that earlier. That was a good one. 5-hour stream, dressed like 50. That was a good one. What else for the future? Yeah, just constantly upgrading equipment. Maybe getting a new phone for streaming. I want to try to switch over to, or at least get a Spectrum phone, because they offer a good deal. Try out Spectrum to see how that shit goes. For the future, collabs. I gotta meet more streaming people, or jump into some sort of streaming community. I'm really excited for TwitchCon for that reason, because, you know, you can walk down the street and not know who streams, but when you're in a fucking place with people that went out of their way to buy $300, $200, $100 tickets to something, you can kind of assume. It's safe to say that you will have similar interests. You know, you don't. It's not like a whole lot of guessing. So that's in October. I hope to gain 100 Twitch followers just by going to TwitchCon. At least 100. I believe that will happen easily. I just have to have the right infrastructure, whether it's a card that I can give it to people, a handout. So even if we can't do that in the moment, here, take my thing, add me later, I'll add you back. That's gonna kind of be my wave. You know what I'm saying? Thousands and thousands of people. I think I can get 100. So shit like that. More just taking shit to the next level. Always just trying to do the next cool thing for the streams though too. You know, just trying to up the game. I thought last night was a cool stream, a good concept. It just kind of came organically. Some more of that, like playing with the numbers, playing with the themes, playing with the day, the alliteration, everything. I want to do more music. I was supposed to do that when I went home this last time, but I ended up not doing it. I have been neglecting my music, so I need to get back on that. I need to marry the streaming and the music together more, because I'm kind of just focused on the streaming. It is hard though to do both, but not impossible. I've done it. What else? Yeah, I want to collab. I want to stream snipe some more. All that shit. I want to do long streams. I want to try to do 8-hour stream, 12-hour stream, eventually 24-hour stream, just to see how it goes. I want to travel. Definitely want to travel to different places and capture and document that. I think that would be cool. Yeah, really, I mean, the main goal, really, and where I gotta kind of take the initiative more, is to create something that's sustainable, where this is generating money. Because right now I'm just kind of doing it for the love. You know what I'm saying? I'm not so focused on subs and all that shit. I think I could. I could more. I could get to that point more. But you know, it's all about building it organically. But you know, at a certain point, you gotta get out of the comfort zone and try to push for something else. Damn, I just etched on my fucking arm. We got 1 minute. I'm gonna end on the 2, and I'll go on vertical for a little bit. So we got 40 seconds. This bit of W stream on Kick, Twitch, and YouTube. Desktop will go mobile for like at least a half hour, just to see if there's any stragglers, any Friday night stragglers. Appreciate who's ever been in the chat. Shout out Sreem65. I can't read that one. And Lisa Brooks on Kick. On Twitch, we had James Earl. We had BKS Experience. And this is Kyle Young, your host. All right, catch me on Oh, let me set it up now. I'll stay on. Hold on. We're about to switch over though. So we'll name this one Day 91 Part 2. And we'll call it Part 2. We'll say Late Night Straggler Stream. Because people be straggling on YouTube. Late Night Straggler Stream with your boy. Audience. No, it's not made for kids. Alright. Just like music. Alright, let's go live on, we're gonna go live on YouTube Vertical. I'll end the stream in a second once this one starts. Alright. We're live on YouTube Vertical for the after show. We're still technically on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick, but I'm gonna end this stream on that good W. And that's gonna be the end of it. We're ending.